Welcome back to Break String Podcast. I'm your host, Jonas.
It's Parker.
And we're back after a 2-week hiatus, I think. Because
Yeah, 12 days.
somebody, doesn't play a lot of Pokemon, but acts like a certain one. Snorlax! Um, yeah, Parker, what you been up to?
Sleeping.
This guy's got jokes. He's been sleeping. Um,
Yeah.
so we gotta gotta get we kind of gotta get the hello, jeez, kind of got a dilemma. We did not do predictions for Dynasty, but we will be doing our WrestleMania 42 predictions today, whenever you're watching it. Could be in the morning. Good morning. But we got to do predictions for that. We got to talk about Dynasty. We got to talk about Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, all the following things. But actually, there's something I want to bring up before, and that's NXT Stand and Delivers main event match. Who won again?
Tony D.
Huh? I couldn't hear you.
Tony D.
Who lost?
Joe Hendry.
Oh, that sucks.
I cannot wait for Punk to lose at Mania.
Nothing
I'm
but an
gonna
entrance merchant, if you know what I
rub it
mean.
in.
Oh, we gotta talk
Only known
about
for the pipe bomb.
birthday. Birthday.
Oh yeah, yes,
We gotta talk
yes,
about
yes.
that. Bro, look at this. Looks tough right now. Got Punk, and then my championship right there. You know what I mean? My title.
Yeah.
My title. Don't forget that part. My title. All right. Let's get into this. All right. So we're gonna start with Raw from April 6th. The show opened with World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk, who was not happy. If you remember, he threw the title into the ring, jumped in there, and started going off on everybody involved in his drama. Things started off with, we had him talking about Roman, which was honestly surprisingly the boring part of this whole thing, because then he got to Pat McAfee, and the first thing, actually, I forgot. Before Pat McAfee, he was talking about TKO, and he said, TKO, lower the ticket prices, because I want to see these families, or I want these families to see me break Roman Reigns' neck or something. Or it was step on Roman Reigns' throat was the quote, I'm pretty sure. And crowd goes nuts for it. And then he goes, Pat McAfee. And quickly takes some shots at the phone call man. The dumbest character in the business right now. Pat McAfee gets pretty verbally destroyed, to say the least, by CM Punk here. Called him a grifter, which if you don't know what that means, because I didn't, somebody comes into something and takes all the money from it, doesn't have a good soul in this. They are doing it just for the money, don't care about anything else. Just like Parker with this podcast. Just kidding. Because we don't make money off this. But it was a solid promo. I don't remember any other quotes though. He kind of just talked about how he was a punter and that the people who hate him most right now are two guys who sucked at the NFL, which is kind of hilarious. I think Pat McAfee is an interesting situation here. I honestly believe the reason that he's involved in this is because we have a problem where fans aren't booing the heels. They're too busy cheering the heels because we have become sentient as fans and know what's going on and know what goes on behind the scenes. It's just like, it's not the same as it was when kayfabe was very much alive. I'm not being weird about it. We weren't alive for it. But I'm just saying it's different now. There's inside reports. There's all this stuff. We know that Randy Orton isn't actually a man who goes out on the streets and bashes people's skulls in with a steel chair. At least to my
Yeah.
knowledge. So I thought this was a great opening to this match or to the show with this promo. Another thing I remember, he said he said something about they keep throwing around the word pipe bomb, and he was just talking about like you better watch out for when it does come back because he was like he was just destroying them, bro. It was disgusting. Um, there was also the clip where he says that Roman was a bucktooth nepo baby who ate dog food for a weird old man. That might have been the final nail in the coffin. That is actually insanity. If you do not know what this is a reference to, in the 2019-2020 era, right before the Thunderdome, SmackDown made its debut on Fox. They had a whole thing with a new stage, and during this, the big dog Roman Reigns was feuding with like freaking Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler. Like it was just random. And one of the times they handcuffed him to the post and they poured dog food on him because he was the big dog. That was the whole bit. But I mean, I think it was a good call out. I think it was a good call back. I think it's hilarious because like the following day, people were talking about how like literally like the following day they were talking about oh Punk was on a plane with Vince the day after he got signed. I think he said enough in his promos where we don't have to worry about Punk liking Vince.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, but there was a lot there to talk about. There was also the Madison Square Garden show where he had one of the best one-liners off of air where he was talking to the fans, gave him a double finger and said, "The marquee says wrestling, not cinema." That was a freaking banger of a quote from CM Punk there. Um, obviously, I was going to talk about this because Punk's my goat, but I want to see how you feel about it, Parker.
I really enjoyed the promo. Every promo that has involved the Punk and Roman feud up to Mania has been really good. Um, and I know we were talking about last podcast. I said something about like repetition, or I said something along the lines of stuff feeling repetitious. I don't think that's the right word.
Competitive.
Repetitive. But this week changed my mind. But regardless, I'm still loving the feud.
My only worry is that Pat gets involved in Punk versus Roman.
I don't, why would he?
Did you miss the entire promo?
Well, no. Like, sure, he said something about Pat McAfee, but I mean, other than that, he has no reason to.
Pat fired back on Friday.
Yeah.
Um, we then had what else? We had the I'm trying to remember from memory when these things took place because it was that, and then it went to. Did it go right to his wife? Did it go to AJ?
I think so. I think so.
Oh no, you know what it was? It was Austin Theory. It was that match. Austin Theory LA Knight where Speed gets involved once again. But this time it really wasn't his fault. He was out at ringside after Adam Pearce had told him to go home. He was out at ringside. Logan pushed him into LA Knight. LA Knight didn't see the push, only saw that Speed was like jumping at him and brought some offense to Speed. After the match, the match was won by Austin Theory, who picked up the win via roll up because of the distraction of iShow Speed. After the match, Speed was regrouped with the Vision, backing up the ramp. The Usos appeared and blocked the team from exiting. After that, Speed ran back into the ring, allowing LA Knight to be distracted as Theory rolled up the Megastar for the big win. Adam Pearce then comes out to make official a 3-on-3 match at WrestleMania. The Vision and iShow Speed versus the Usos and LA Knight. Parker, how do you feel about iShow Speed's inclusion and overall the match at WrestleMania?
I find it interesting. That it's I show speed being the person who's getting involved, but he's a very athletic person, and I'm somewhat excited to see what he's going to be able to do at Mania.
I think he has potential to do good. He did some training. I don't know if you watched the video, like I want to say 2 months ago, where
Randy,
he yes the video
I
with
watched that
Randy.
whole thing.
where he had a whole he had a whole like I think he had yeah, he did. He had a whole one-on-one match with like I think it was Cam Hendricks, dude on Evolve. Used to be Anthony Luke, right?
Yeah, he did have a one-on-one match. It was
It
decent.
was decent for like a first little kind of thing. It wasn't bad.
Yeah,
Um but I think that he has great potential, more potential than Jelly Roll and Pat McAfee. That's for sure.
definitely.
But I'm interested for sure.
Me too. I'm intrigued.
We then were supposed to have Finn Balor versus JD McDonough, but the match never got started as before the official could ring the bell, Dominic Mysterio, his WrestleMania 42 opponent, would attack Finn Balor, who also, it has been announced, will be the Demon Finn Balor at WrestleMania to fight Dominic Mysterio. Excited for that match. I think it'll be hopefully good. It is make or break for Finn. If they have what is supposed to be stronger version of Finn Balor lose to Dominic Mysterio, it is over for Finn Balor.
Oh yeah,
It's over
I'm upset that they told us it was gonna be the demon beforehand.
because they aren't selling tickets. They aren't. They are not selling as much as they did last year. You know why? Because they let down with half the matches last year. It was one night had an awful start and a great finish, and the other night had a great
Great
start
start
and an
and an
awful
awful finish.
finish. So if you mix around the placements, you have a really awful episode of the first night, and you have a really great second night. That's if you mix them up, you would have had an awful time and a great time.
It's like putting like Drew and Priest and then Rhea, Io,
It's
Bianca,
literally
Seth,
just switching the
Punk,
main
Roman.
events. It's if you just
Yeah,
switch the main events. Because we all know how I felt about Cena. And then the Jey Uso freaking tap out Gunther was so random. Um, we then had AJ Lee, who had a sit down interview with Michael Cole, but it was quickly interrupted by her WrestleMania 42 challenger, Becky Lynch. I don't have any quotes on that, but it was pretty decent. I think it was just a standard whole thing where she's like, "You are washed." And it's not just her saying it, I guess. We then had Bayley defeat Lash Legend. Nia Jax was ringside and tripped Bayley as she was trying to take down Lash Legend. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair attacked Nia before Bayley wiped out everyone at ringside. Lash then attempted the superplex, but Bayley countered and then got the win with the cover as Lyra held Lash's leg during the count to help Bayley get the win. I'm intrigued by this WrestleMania match. It's a four-way, I believe, right? Yeah, for the
yep.
women's tag titles. Nia and
It could be
Lash.
it could be three-way because Nikki's not
That's
officially
true.
cleared yet.
She
They
had
said it's
a
a toss
ankle
up.
injury. I think she
I
like
think so.
twisted her
Or I
ankle.
thought it was a shoulder or something like that.
I don't know. I thought this match
But
was fine.
I think that match is going to be decent.
Hopefully, I thought this
They
match
usually
was.
don't do too many
I think this match
multi-women.
has potential to be good. Because of how many workers there are. You look at that ring. There are a lot of like main tool players. There are, uh,
Bailey,
it's
Charlotte,
half the
Alexa.
four horsewomen. I had to think, but I'm interested. I thought this match, the 1-on-1 was fine. I think, I honestly think Lyra and Bailey have a good chance, but I also think Lash has a great chance. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Um,
we'll see.
we then had Seth Rollins make his way to the ring, who was then stopped by Gunther. But that did not go too well as Seth got some offense in and vowed to stomp Gunther at WrestleMania. But there's no story, Parker.
It's going to be a great match.
Doesn't matter. Yes, story matters for half. I understand. I
Most
say that
WrestleMania matches should have
I
some
say
story.
that story doesn't matter, but then I talk about how Pat McAfee has no story. It's different. Pat McAfee has no business being in a WrestleMania main event. Seth vs. Gunther is a undercard match that's going to be good. Pat McAfee's
Oh
involvement
yeah.
has the potential to ruin the match. That's what I'm saying.
hmm
So I'm 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 hopeful that this match is good because if not, it's gonna make me look like an idiot. Um, Penta, Javon Evans, and Dragon Lee defeat Los Americanos. Uh, Penta is set to defend his IC championship against a bunch of people at WrestleMania. And as of that match, it was supposed to be four others: Rusev, Javon, JD, Dragon Lee. But then, after the team of Dragon Lee, Penta, and Javon Evans picked up the win, Rey Mysterio revealed he was included in the IC title ladder match, which is amazing because the dude is goated and always has been, always will
I
be.
saw a thing that said Rey Mysterio's
He waited
WrestleMania
out.
debut is his Mania debut is older than Javon Evans.
Yes, that is true.
It's,
And
it's
Javon's
insane.
younger than him when he made his debut.
That's what I meant.
No, 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 you said the right thing.
Oh, he's younger than Ray when
I think,
Ray made his
yeah.
debut. Oh, that's insane.
Let me. Let's see. Yeah, it's gonna be Javon.
Nice.
Oh, in terms of technically, it's Nicholas from 34 that won the tag titles with Braun Strowman, but like
Yeah.
that doesn't count.
Actual wrestlers.
Yeah. Oh, technically, I show speed because of months apparently, but like stupid.
Oh,
Um, I thought this triple threat lucha match was really good, or not triple threat, 6 man. I thought it was really good.
it was it was very good.
Uh, Dragon Lee looked for the Styles Clash on Rayo Americana, but Bravo prevented from execution of the move. Dragon Lee then nailed the move on Rayo, but El Grande stopped Dragon Lee from getting the win. Javon Evans hit a nasty OG cutter on Bravo to pick up the win for his team. Javon Evans is a goat, Penta a goat, Dragon Lee a goat, and the Americanos are making lemonade. Because when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade, and they are doing immense greatness. You saw what happened on AAA, right?
With
The Americanos,
yep, Mask
original,
vs.
and
Mask.
but did you see the brawl?
I did not.
You're gonna want to watch that. So basically, if you guys are involved in the life situation for some reason, Ludwig Kaiser and Tiffany Stratton broke up. Ludwig is now rumored and in the storyline at least dating the, like, I don't know if she's a ring announcer or just correspondent. And basically Chad Gable's El Grande went out there earlier in the night, unmasked a wrestler. He then was going to like attack Ludwig's girlfriend. Ludwig then went for like a super euro, like running, and Chad just freaking suplexed him to the moon. It was disgusting. But not at WrestleMania, but they will be having Mask vs. Match. And I think that's honestly the right decision. Because we know if it was at Mania, it would not be a great match. But honestly, AAA doing this, I'm excited.
I am too. I don't know what else I was gonna say, but I'm excited to see. Assume hopefully that match goes well, which it should.
Rhea Ripley and Io Sky defeat Michin and B-Fab, the new lackeys of Jade Cargill, in a nothing burger sandwich match. And in the main event, Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar were supposed to have their contract signing, but instead they murdered each other. That's literally all I can say. Like, literally all I can say. Then we had Dynamite from the 8th, which was just basically going up to Dynasty. Um, the show started with MJF backstage promo. I don't even care. I'm skipping Dynamite. It wasn't important, honestly. I can't lie. It was just like it was just all Dynasty go home. I can't even lie. So we're just gonna get straight to SmackDown. Plus, we got to be careful with our timing here. So we're saving time for Parker. So, anything happened on NXT Tuesday?
No, not much.
Yeah, I don't think anything happened.
Yeah, I watched. Joe was on the show. I'm happy he didn't get called up. I'm going to an NXT show June 9th. I think I brought that up last time, but I'm just praying he's there.
And
So as longer he's on the show.
so June 8th is a Monday, which is Parker's birthday. The day before, Hopefully, Parker will show up to my house because I have a birthday gift for him that is sitting over there. Um,
I
obviously,
ordered
I'm not going to
Jonas's
show you.
gift for his birthday
My
too.
birthday is May 1st, so that's a Friday. So 2 days after, Parker hopefully will come over. And yeah, also, guys, wish me luck. I got an AP exam for A push, so wish me luck because I probably am going to
Look,
fail. But let's talk about SmackDown. The show started with Io Sky and Rhea Ripley, where Io challenged the women's champion Jade Cargill. The match was made official for the main event, non-title, Io Sky versus Jade Cargill. We then had Alexa Bliss defeat Bayley. Alexa Bliss looked for the sister Abigail, but Bayley countered with the Bayley to belly, but could not pick up the win off of such. Bayley then hit the flying elbow drop, but Bliss kicked out just at 2. Bayley was arguing with Charlotte Flair ringside before Flair threw her jacket at Bayley. Bliss then took advantage by rolling up Bayley to pick up the win. I think just like Monday's match, Bayley had a pretty decent one-on-one here in her hometown of San Jose. Um, Only fair that Bayley lost this match because I think a double win both Monday and Friday leading up to the Mania match would be kind of weird because they want to make it seem
especially
like
if she
everybody.
loses too.
Yeah. In his SmackDown main roster genuine match debut, Royce Keys defeats Berto. Um, I thought it was a pretty good match. It's I guess like 15 minutes away from his hometown. That's why he was there. But he hit a disgusting spine buster on Berto to pick up the win. We then had Pat McAfee enter the building, who called out Punk and Cody. But eventually Jelly Roll was attacked by Randy Orton, and so Cody Rhodes had to make the save, and then ended up getting beat himself. Pat McAfee then took the Undisputed title, and today he had it on his show. So, interesting. A thing that I'll say is, are we supposed to feel emotionally attached to Jelly Roll?
I don't know.
Because I guess Cody is, because he was like, "Oh no, I gotta go save my boy Jelly." But I just don't think it conveys enough emotion to where I care because Randy already
No.
killed Cody. So
Mm.
Jacob Fatu picks up the win against his former partner Tama Tonga in his home as well of San Jose. Fatu hit the pop-up Samoan driver, then the moonsault to pick up the win. After the match, Drew McIntyre attacked Fatu, handcuffed him, and then was it like spray paint? Is that what he used? I don't even know what it was.
I don't remember. It was some type of spray thing, I'm pretty sure.
It's probably spray paint. I'll look it up. What did McIntyre spray Jacob Fatu with? It says on the April 10th episode of SmackDown, Jacob Fatu had a match, was attacked by Drew McIntyre. After the match, Drew handcuffed Jacob Fatu and then spray painted him. So I guess it was spray paint. Trick Williams and Little Yachty confront Sami Zayn. Sammy had a kind of awkward promo at the beginning of this where he was talking about how he isn't a bad guy. He just got his opportunity and took the opportunity. And he's like, I know all those Sami Zayn fans out there are gonna continue to be Sami Zayn fans, and the crowd was just booing the crap out of him. And it didn't seem like there was any Sami Zayn fans there. Can't lie. Trick Williams defeats Matt Cardona. Sami Zayn was at ringside watching, and eventually hit Little Yachty with a haluva kick out of nowhere. Cardona hit the broski boot before following up with the unprettier. Trick then pushed Sammy on the outside, which then led to Yachty kind of getting in his face, which led to the haluva kick. Back in the ring, Williams hit the trick shot to pick up the win. Danhausen defeats Kit Wilson in his singles debut. This match was hilarious. Danhausen cursed Kit Wilson when he was on the top rope, and pyro malfunction as Wilson was up there, sending him crashing down. Afterwards, Danhausen hit a rolling eye poke to The Miz. and then picked up the win with the big boot. Jade Cargill defeats Io Sky in the main event. Rhea Ripley went to go protect her girlfriend afterwards. I'm speeding it up because we got a little bit to go and we still have to do our predictions. Sorry about this. So sorry about this. So sorry about this. Parker, what did you think of SmackDown?
Overall, I really enjoyed it. In my opinion, I don't really know. It didn't feel like a really Mania build-up for me. Like, if I didn't know the storylines beforehand, I wouldn't have known that this was a Mania build-up SmackDown.
It was kind of
If you
lacking
know what I
on like
mean.
it was
Exactly.
lacking on like the context of the only match that
What's
kind
going
of
on?
like was like, oh, I understand this, was the whole like Sammy trick, and then like the Io thing
Io
makes
and
no
Rhea.
sense to me though, because the whole point of her going to SmackDown was Io like, I can't be with you when I'm taking on Jade, and she's like, you got this,
Mm,
Rhea, and then she ends up showing up anyways.
yeah.
Just admit you need Io to save
Um,
the frickin' story.
but still, I think overall it was a good SmackDown.
I think it was decent. Yeah, I like the Danhausen match. It was funny.
It was.
All right. It is time for the most important spot of the year, the WrestleMania predictions. Year two.
Oh,
If you remember last year, I won the predictions, which the winner not only becomes predictions champion, but gets a bonus point that they can use at any place, anytime for any predictions championship match. So, if you forget, last year I held on to that point till
dude, it was insane.
SummerSlam or something like that. I don't
Just
remember.
about.
It was
Just
pretty
about.
long, and then I still lost like the next week at Forbidden Door. But without further ado, let's get into the predictions. Good luck, Parker. Let's get into this once I find the graphic. 1 second. Here it is. All right. Starting out with night one, we got first hour on ESPN2. First hour on ESPN2 starts with Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu, an unsanctioned match. I'm interested to
I
see
got
where you
mine.
go. Wow.
I got
Okay.
mine.
Um.
Are we just gonna say it at the same
All
time?
right. Three, two,
3, 2,
one.
1.
Fatu.
Drew. Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Uh, I think Drew is like taking a break soon, and I think Fatu is going to finally get his big main event card push. They were getting real close to it. Then he had to get the surgery, so like it's just close. The next match also first hour. I Show Speed and the Vision versus the Usos and LA Knight. I have mine.
I have mine.
Three, two,
Three,
one.
two,
LA
one. Usos.
Usos.
Yeah.
LA Usos.
Speed's taking the pin. That's all I have to
Because
say.
then Logan's gonna be like, bro. So,
Yeah.
staying on track with night one, the women's tag team championship fatal four way match: Charlexa versus what's their names? What's their team name? Um,
Who?
Lash and Nia.
Irresistible Forces.
Yeah, versus the Irresistible Forces versus Lyra and Bailey versus the Bella Twins.
Can we do one if the Bella Twins are cleared and if they're not cleared?
Sure.
All right. I have. I mean, I think that kind of gives away one of my picks, but I have mine for if the Bella Twins compete.
All right. Do you want to start with if Bellows are in the match?
Yeah.
Three, two, one.
3, 2, 1.
Bellows.
Bella
Yeah.
Twins. Yeah.
If they're not in the match, three,
Yep.
two,
Three,
one.
two.
Bailey Lyra.
Irresistible. I have the Irresistible Forces retaining. Just
All
because
right.
I feel like if the Bellas are gonna win in the future, they're gonna take it off Nia and Lash. I think that's just how they're gonna build the story.
It's possible. Very, 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 very possible. I think Bailey and Lyra got the momentum, in my opinion, to pick up the win. If
But just to be clear, if the Bellas are in the match and Bailey and Lyra win, then you don't get the points.
what?
If the Bellas are in the match and then Bailey and Lyra win, you don't get the point.
Oh, I was like, what? I picked the Bellas. I was so confused.
No. Okay.
Um, the next match is AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Let's do some
I got mine.
research. All right. Yeah,
Research.
I got it.
Okay.
3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1. AJ.
AJ Lee. First WrestleMania back. No way she takes a fat L here. Plus,
Yeah.
first like real defense. We then have Seth Rollins versus Gunther. Kinda.
All right, I have mine.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
2,
Gunther.
1. Gunther. Yeah. I don't see him
It
being
doesn't.
pinned or submitted.
It doesn't really make sense. He beat John Cena. He beat AJ Styles. He beat Goldberg. All this stuff.
If there was more of a story, I think we'd have a better pick.
Because I think the only way Seth wins is if like Braun like attacks him and he gets a DQ win or something. I don't know.
That's Braun could come back and win or like beat him up while the ref's not looking. Ref could get knocked down.
Gunther still wins.
We'll see.
Yeah. Stephanie Vaquer versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship.
I have mine.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Liv.
Yes, they are building her up so much.
She's got to win.
She's going to win. That match is going to be insane. And the main event, Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton for the Undisputed Championship.
I think we have the same. I think we have
3,
the same.
2, 1. Randy
Keith
Orton.
With the punt. With the punt
It's
kick.
gotta be, right? Like
it has to be.
Like, think about what position was Pat McAfee?
Punter, kicker.
Like, it makes too much sense to where it's stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's go to the, oh my god, night 2 starting. Night 2 starts with Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi.
We both have the same pick.
Of who it better be.
Yeah.
And that is 3, 2, 1, Obafemi.
Obafemi,
yeah.
Yep.
Because you are stupid if you are Triple H and you don't pick Obafemi to pick up the win. I don't care if Paul and Brock ask to wait until his retirement to lose the match. No. No. We then have the first hour on ESPN. Obafemi, Brock Lesnar, and then we go to the 6-man ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. Dragon Lee versus Rusev versus Rey Mysterio versus JD McDonough versus Penta versus Javon Evans. I got my pick.
I'm taking a risky pick.
3, 2, 1.
I
got
Javon.
Oh
my god. Dude, it was between Penta or Javon, but I'm thinking, like, dude, I don't think they would do a ladder match if they were going to have him retain.
Like, Javon, OG Cutter off the ladder. Like, I can see it already. Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn for the U.S. Championship.
I have mine.
2, 1.
Trick
Williams. Yeah, there's no way.
He's got that.
We then have Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill for the Women's Undisputed Championship. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1. Jade.
Whoa.
Oh.
I wrote in Ripley on your side already. Not even.
Wow.
lying.
Yeah, I have Jade.
We have Dominic Mysterio versus Finn, the Demon Finn Balor.
3, we both have the same answer.
1.
2, 1.
Demon
Finn.
Balor.
Has to be.
If it's not, then it's over for Balor. We said that earlier.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
And in the main event, CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. I don't even have to say mine out loud, but you have Roman, so.
Yep. So. You have Punk?
Yeah.
But yeah, just because he's your favorite wrestler doesn't mean I would pick against Joe Hendry if I knew I was going to win the predictions title.
You don't know that. You can't see in the future, little guy. Just to go over some Dynasty stuff, MJF retained, which is kind of odd because I thought he was going to lose to Kenny. Did you even watch? Yeah, I know. You didn't text me.
I watched
a
Jamie Hayter match.
That match wasn't bad. Kevin Knight is your new TNT champion. That's pretty sick.
Ooh.
The Conglomeration were joined by Kyle O'Reilly, who made his return, and they won the Trios belts from the Dogs. Gabe Kidd is injured with a shoulder dislocation, so he'll
Oh,
be out of
nice.
action. This Wednesday, Darby Allin faces MJF for the AEW World Championship.
Ooh.
I'm excited. I'm excited. All right. That is it for this week's podcast episode. So sorry about the lack of uploads and the dead channel, but we will see you in the next one.